Hello everyone, welcome back to another deadline stream. It's been a hot minute since we've done one of these. By the way, I've added some background music. Let me know if it's a bit too loud. We'll see what you're thinking of it. Hopefully it adds a bit of something to the stream. Good to see so many people in chat already. It's been a while since I done a small bit of content. I think I was just a bit busy and I didn't feel like making a video last night because it was a bit late. Like, I was starting recording at 7 and I was like, no one's probably going to even see this. So I was like, I'll leave it for the deadline stream. So I hope everyone's okay with that. We have a bit to cover today. Good to see Pops, Adam, Ronnie, Roger McSweeney, Franok, Nick, Retitus and Refical in chat already. I'm sure you have lots of questions. I'll try to get back to as many of them as possible. And as usual, feel free to let me know what you're up to or how your week has gone. So in front of you I've got my team. I don't know if everyone can see my team. Maybe you're just listening. I'll run through it real quick. I've got Ederson, Mikalenko, Trent, Aitonori, Mbeumo, Garnacho, Palmer, Mo Salah, Solanke, Kuna and Havertz. Yeah, I quite like the team. If you were watching Fantasy Football Scout, you would have seen me do a video with Pras on deadline dilemmas. And I ran through it, and to be honest, it's a really good conversation. I kind of shut off in weeks like this when we have 2 weeks off, and so did Pras. So my brain wasn't kind of wired in, if that makes sense. No pun. But yeah, I kind of got a good grasp of what I want to do with my team, the direction I want to take. I have 2 free transfers, 1.8 million in the bank, and I think it's quite a decent position. Again, I'm 1.6 million in the world, which kind of sucks. Let's be real. But again, I'll be on the way up. I have no doubt. And I do feel like my decisions over the last few weeks have been decent, so I'm not stressed. Okay. So, I'm going to say it here now. I think my captain is going to be Salah. I have no doubt about that. What's chat saying? Hold on. Let me pull up chat. Two seconds, lads. Yeah, so Garnacho is an interesting one. I think if you have Garnacho, you just play him, and you assume that Amaran doesn't want to ruffle too many feathers and that he's going to play him. I am of the mindset that he is still one of their better players. But you could do anything. Franok says, my team is a disaster. Got 5 flags. Yeah, a lot of people have got flags, but a lot of them are fake flags. I think the main one is probably Trent, and then maybe Saka. Again, I'll give you my opinions on Saka in a second. The Tom and Will FPL show says, hey Chai, loving the content, man. Thank you, I appreciate you. Raul to JP or Son to not training but starts, or Son to Mr. XGA this week. Also have fun interpreting that. So Raul to João Pedro, or Son to not in training but starts, which is Saka, or Son to Mr. XGA this week, which is potentially Bruno. I would hold on to Son. I wouldn't be bringing in Saka, no way. I would just hold on to Son. Again, we know what Son can do versus City. Again, somewhere in my mind, I think Spurs are going to score. As pessimistic as I am about this fixture, I do think we'll score. Any thoughts on who to start between Wissa and Welbeck? Let me bring up the fixtures real quick to re-jog my mind. Okay. I think it's probably got to be Wissa. Again, it really depends on how you see those games play out. These are 2 tough enough games for both teams. 2 away fixtures. Yeah, I don't like either of them, but if I had to choose, it probably would be Wissa, just due to form. I thought you'd done the Trent move yesterday to save the price drop. I didn't do it. I just feel like, you know, information like this, Royce info about him being out. This morning we got a little bit of information about Royce. It looks like he's going to be out. The background music is a nice touch. Brilliant. Okay, good. More than choice, says Dylan Brunning. He says Flecken out for Verbergen or Rhea. I would be getting Rhea. 100% be getting Rhea. I feel like a lot of people are going to be going towards the double Arsenal defense again, and I completely understand it. Alright, let me go back to my team, sorry. We'll go through the fixtures a bit later into the stream. But yeah, so my idea right now is to get rid of Trent. I still haven't done it, but again, I'm not too bothered. My team value is fairly decent. It's not like 102.2, which is not the greatest, but I'm happy with it. So another player we need to speak about is Rodgers. I'm after benching Rodgers for 4 hauls in a row. Not great now, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be starting him this week, so let's see how that plays out. Hey Shay, I'm on wildcard this week, but also have 5 free transfers next week. I need someone as a 1 week punt. Who would you go for? That's a really good question. Okay, let me look at the fixtures. I love that. So you need someone for a 1 week punt, and you have 5 free transfers. I'll go Darwin Núñez. Easy, go Darwin Núñez. That's got all the spice. Like, you couldn't ask for any more. He's either getting -4 points or he's getting a hat-trick. Asmus says, good morning, Choi. I had Concept and think of doing either Hall or Mazraoui. What do you think? I think Mazraoui is probably a small bit riskier than Hall, and that's due to, of course, Diogo Dalot, and even potentially a winger playing a fullback. I think unless you know who's going to be playing in that position, I wouldn't be going anywhere near Mazraoui, personally. But if you're confident in him starting, go for it. Retina says, Solanke seems to be a popular pick. Is it just me who doesn't think there's any appeal? I feel like he plays too deep to do the business, especially with the City game. Your Spurs fixture seems very shaky. You know, I would agree with that. I think, especially going into the City game, it's not a great look going into it with a striker like Solanke, who has been poor from an FPL point of view. I think he's actually been very, very good for Tottenham, don't get me wrong. I do think, again, I spoke about this with Pras, and I was saying he's not a sell. There's no way a sell, in my opinion. He's always going to get chances, and for a striker, that's what you want. But again, these are always going to be high quality chances. Sure, he's not going to clock the highest amount of XG on a weekly basis, but you better bet when he does get a chance, it is going to be high XG chance. He doesn't really take too many low XG chances. Like, he is a 6-yard striker, if that makes sense. And he does link play very well, which is usually good for the bonus if he returns. So yeah, I can understand why you'd want to get rid of Solanke, but again, he's not a priority sell for me. Fulham next week, I think it is as well for Tottenham, so no stress. Who to bring in for Trent? Already have double Arsenal. Maybe the boring answer is a Levi Colwill. I don't think many people are saying that though. I think it's the price point Levi Colwill comes in at. Makes it very appealing to me. FPL Doctor says, good morning, Choi. Good morning. Good to see you as usual. I have 2 free transfers and did Salah, Isaac, Konate for Garnacho, Isaac and Lewis for -4. Captain Mo Salah. Good luck, Choi. That's interesting. I don't think I would have brought in Garnacho. I'm in a position where I kind of wish I didn't own him, only because of the headache. But again, I'm more than happy to hold on to him. I won't be getting rid of him. But yeah, that's some interesting moves. Also bringing in... Oh, sorry, I read that the wrong way around. Salah, Isaac, and Konate for Garnacho, Isaac, and Lewis. Interesting to see you got rid of Isaac. But yeah, solid moves. FPL Mackham. 12 after a couple of drinks last night. Trent, Dibbling, Solanke, Johnson out, and Isaac, Palmer, 8 Nori, and Bruno in. Absolutely lovely moves. I have no complaints with that. Yeah, it's interesting. When you take a -8, I wonder what that changes your rank to when you're around that 500k mark. Do you reckon Colwill is fit? Going there from Guardiola to free up money for game week 15, Salah move. I'm going to say yeah. Again, I can't give you any factual information about why I think that, but I'll be surprised if he's not, because I've not heard otherwise. What are you planning? Sorry, I didn't realize I was on the fixtures. I'm an idiot, man. Let's do a poll actually while we're here. What are we feeling? Let's do captaincy. Haaland, Salah, Palmer. Put it in chat if you're going on there. I think majority is gonna go Salah. I think if you have Haaland, he's a much better option than we're making it out to be. I just think Tottenham without centre halves, I mean, that's an issue. Ben Davies is gonna be struggling. Let me tweet that. I'm live actually. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to this game week. 2 weeks without football, man. It changes it as a man. I'm actually egging for any bit of football. Even though it's not the greatest fixture for Spurs this week, but even with good fixtures, Spurs make the week miserable. Okay. What's this poll saying? Why can't I see the poll? 54% Salah. 26% Haaland. Much higher than I thought. I thought Palmer would be a bit higher. Okay, let me know what you think about Palmer. I see Chewy FPL in chat. He's a Chelsea fan. I have a feeling he's going to be putting the armband on Palmer. Just a slight suspicion. Let me know what you're doing, Chewy. I'm good, man. Thank you for asking. Wait, I still sleep. I meant I sold Haaland. Yeah. You're good. Thoughts on Winks to Diallo? A bit early for me, Ray J. Johnson and Wood to Saka and Wissa to Odegaard and Isaac. Or Odegaard and Isaac. I think because of Saka's injury shout this week, Tom, I would just do Odegaard and Isaac. Start Rodgers or Son? What kind of question is that? Start Son all day. Dodgy penalty incoming. Would you do Solanke to Isaac for a -4? I don't think so. Will you be joining Blue Sky? I don't know if I want to join Blue Sky, man. Like, again, I took a 2-week break off all my social media, including YouTube, of course, during the international break. I come back on and I see everyone moving to a different platform. I think we've seen this with Threads, and I know the idea behind Blue Sky is really good. You know, it's decentralized, and I don't know how many people value that in an FPL community. For me, if I'm going to be honest, I have no issue with more people going to a different platform. I think it's actually good for the community. But what I would say is, you know, regardless of what platform you are, it depends on your reason why you're moving. Sure, it's cool, it's new, and, you know, you're building a new community there, but you're still going to have your toxic eggs. You don't get away from them. So I'm more than happy to stay on the platform that I use consistently, and I know everyone is on. We'll wait for early team news. If Palmer looks like he's playing on the left again, I'll captain Salah. If not, I'll go Palmer. Fair, valid. HI, would you do Foden to Saka or Foden to Bruno? Sell Bruno to Saka in 2 weeks, or I can roll and do Foden to Saka next week. Foden just would score against Spurs though, wouldn't he? That's a tough one. I wouldn't be eager to sell Foden. I think the play is Foden to Bruno. Be a bit more aggressive. Jason says, I was going to do Palmer captaincy after a great captaincy last week against Leicester and Bruno, but leaning towards Haaland now. If my captaincy was between Palmer and Haaland, it would be Haaland for me. Again, I don't own Haaland, so start Solanke or João Pedro. I don't know how to feel about this one. I really don't know how to feel about that one. I'm going to say Solanke, and the reason I'm going to say that is I don't know how many minutes Pedro is guaranteed. I feel like Solanke is guaranteed 90 versus City. Pedro's looming around 60, 70. Chewy says, Blueski's lovely, mate. Genuinely think it will succeed with a number of people on there at the moment. Actually feels like a place to interact. Yeah, you're probably not wrong. And again, I have nothing against it. It's just I've currently not made the step forward to go on it. But yeah, it's good to see that people are enjoying it. Timber or Konate? I have Rhea. I think I'd be going Konate. Good goal threat versus Southampton while they're missing Benrak and also Ramsdale. Best forwards this week for free hit. Darwin Núñez, Erling Haaland, Kai Havertz. Morning choice says Ian. Already done Son to Palmer. Johnson to Semenyo worth a -4. Is Johnson to the Semenyo worth a -4? Worth a -4, no. Could it repay? Yes. Does that make sense? I wouldn't be eager to take a -4 basically. Is Isaac worth a -4 for Solanke? No. FPL Jason says, hey, should I start Wood or Johnson? I would start Wood. Digne or Mazraoui? Digne. Does Saka play? I'm doubtful. I think genuinely this time, because he got subbed off with an injury, it might be a small bit more serious than we're used to. It's not just a little knock. Choi, would you rather bring a Chelsea or Brighton defender in? Chelsea. Franok says, start Wood or Maddison versus City away. And yes, I know my team is in dire state. I would be starting Chris Wood. If Saka is fit, would you buy him? Yes, but I don't think I would bring him in. Anish says, hello, good morning. Blue Sky is great in comparison, to be fair. It's more of about the broader and political context, IMO. Depends if you want to not be on socials too much anyway, though. Yeah, Elliot, that was my point. If you care about a decentralized platform, I mean, I'll go for it, like. But for me, I feel like the general consensus in the FPL community is people just want to chat shit to each other, and Twitter is probably the best place for that. Like, if you want to hear absolute waffle or just anyone will say anything, that's the place for it. So can you bring in, or sorry, is Wissa save to start this week? Yes, I would say so. Aitonori or Hall? Aitonori. He's basically playing number 9, like, I mean, I can't look past him. Anish, with 3 months of a cup of chai, he says, is Isaac a captain option this week? Any thoughts? Also play Aitonori or Collins, Flecken or Verbergen? This is a tough one. Is Isaac a captaincy option? Yes. West Ham, I believe it is, and they look absolutely crap. I don't know how Lopetegui didn't get the sack yet. But again, Anish, it depends who else you've got. If I have a Mo Salah or Erling Haaland, there's no way I'm putting the armband on it, Isaac, I don't think. Southampton for Salah this week and Tottenham for Erling this week. It's just way more appetizing. Play Aitonori or Collins. Aitonori for me. Again, he's playing in such an advanced position. Fulham look good, but I think I still prefer Aitonori. And then Flecken or Verbergen. This one is a flip of a coin. I would be going Flecken due to save points. But again, if you fancy Verbergen, I understand. Is doing Wood to Pedro for a -4 and to put Pedro first bench and sub a good idea in case Saka doesn't play? Brandon, no, I don't think so. I think you just hope Saka plays. It's not worth taking a -4. Who are the best mids on free hit? Salah, Mbeumo, Palmer. Who am I missing? Ooh, who else is a good mid? I would go Bruno. I would have that 4 and have 3 strikers on free hit, I think. Should I start Johnson or Garnacho? I'd risk Garnacho all day. I don't love Johnson versus City. Again, we can catch him on the break though. I'm just going to do, about to do Trent to Gabriel, I think. Yeah, safe move. Sammy Hawes says, morning, Chai. Good to see you, Sammy. What should I do with Rico Lewis? He's a hold now that, who's after picking up an injury? Kovacic. Definitely a hold. Looks like he's going to be playing in midfield. You say Darwin and Haaland and Havertz. What about Jackson versus Leicester? Yeah, no, I said Darwin as a free hit punt. But yeah, Jackson's also good. And I just fancy Havertz for this fixture versus Forest. Do I bring in Saka or Bruno on wildcard? I would say bring in Bruno and then hold and wait until Saka's fit. Cheers Maliki with the €2 super chat. We appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Yeah, if you could hit that like button while you're down there. Much love. Okay, let's do some browsing on the timeline first of all. And then we'll have a look at Rob T. Rob T the GOAT. What is going on? Apologies. Where are we? Let's see if we can get any sort of team news. I wonder, are we going to get anything today in terms of team news? Imagine like leaks exclusively start getting leaked on Blue Sky. I don't know why I keep saying Blue Sky. Nice background music says downtown. Yeah, I added it, and hopefully, you know, it adds a bit of something. A few people requested it. Do you think Keane will start over Brantwaite? I don't know what the crack is with Brantwaite. I'm not gonna lie to you. Son to Bruno or hold Son? Hold Son. Okay, let's bring up Rob T. I love his graphics, man. Every week, it's the one thing I definitely look at every week. So again, you would have heard me and Pras speak about this graphic here. But again, for anyone that wasn't or hadn't got the opportunity to listen to that, we'll run through this one. Again, it might have been updated as well. Hi Chai, Mitoma or Gordon? I want to say Gordon. I really like Gordon. I think he's definitely undervalued. Not a lot of people will be going near him. So, I think this is probably one of the highest weeks for projected goals. Again, I could be wrong with that. But when I look at the graphic, Liverpool 2.65, City 2.5, Chelsea 2.3, United 2.05, and Villa 2.0, and Newcastle 2.2. Even Fulham nearly at 2. I can't remember many weeks where it's been like this. And I do think this week has goals in it. When I look at the fixtures like Everton, Brentford as well, and what's the other one? Bournemouth, Brighton. Like, these are teams of similar level, and I wouldn't be surprised to see lots of goals. Timber is also undervalued. Do you think so? Please start Rodgers or Semenyo. I can't give you advice on Rodgers because I bench him every week and he holds. Unfortunately. But if I had to choose, I think I would be going Rodgers. Alright. I know what. I want to do Trent to Gabriel. I'm doing that right now. Right now. Gabby. That's just happened. Okay. What else do I want to do? 2.6 is in the bank. Again, I could do Solanke, but Raya is probably... This Royce injury, if it is true, is kind of making me feel like, you know, Arsenal are going to be a bit more protected, or less protected, sorry. You're going to have to play Marino, Odegaard, and Partey. Saying that, Partey can do a job, but I don't know. I think, let me look at this fields. Let me move this over here actually, so I can see what's going on. Okay. So, Ray and Gabriel, how does that look? I mean, it looks great, to be honest. The only thing that stops me from doing is Saka. But you can't have them all, can you? Double Arsenal defense right off the cuff off the international break. It's not a bad move. Let me go back to the graphic here. Again, like when I look at this, what team is the lowest predicted goals this week? Forest. Who is the highest? Obviously Arsenal, if Forest are the lowest. And I do think going forward, we forget about Arsenal just because they've been a bit leaky in the better fixtures, but we know how good they are. And you can almost just forget about them. Okay. Maybe we'll hold off for a second on actually making the move. I don't know. Let me remove him and see what else we can do. The sound is cutting. I hope we're okay now. Are we back? That must be the internet. Let me close off this poll actually. I hope we're back. Sound not working. Sound glitching. That's not good. Are we back? Arsenal don't leave London in December, so triple Arsenal is a great move. That is valid. Fair. So what do you think of Pedro Neto? Good. Definitely good, but wouldn't be a priority transfer for me. Stephen Lynch says, what's up, man? Start Lewis or Vandenberg? I would just start Lewis. I expect him to start. Bench one of Kuna, Semenyo. Kuna, Semenyo, Madueke or Bowen. I'll bench Semenyo, I think. Hey, Chai, would you take a -4 to take out Solanke and Johnson for Isaac and Palmer? Yes, I think I would, yeah. Sharif says, welcome back, buddy. Can't wait for the new content, and I hope everything is going well. Sharif, I'm great. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you popping in to say well. All good, man, and I'm just happy football's back. I think we all are. That's why we're here. Alright, let's run through some of the fixtures. Some of the fixtures real quick. Yeah, Ryan says, can you do some score predictions? Perfect timing. Let's do it. So, alright, I'm going to take my time here. Chat, you can interact with me. Let me know what you think. Tell me if I'm wrong. Chelsea, Leicester. I'm going to say 3-1 Chelsea. Let's do it together. 3-1 Chelsea. Palmer is going to, for sure, return. Positive. I've taken another -8 this week. Got triple Chelsea attack. Maliki. Come on, man. You know what? The sound keeps cutting out now that I think of it. It is very, very stormy in Ireland. So I assume the internet is just a small bit shite. Mackham says 3-0 Chelsea. 4-1 says Jonathan. Charlie 2-1 Chelsea. Shreve 3-0. Anish says 5-1 Chelsea. 3-0 says Maliki. Yeah, I apologise if it keeps cutting out. It's literally just the weather. I wonder is Andy, Let's Talk FPL, also having issues? I know he's in Galway. Chewy says 3-0 Chelsea. Okay, fair. Arsenal versus Forest. What are we feeling? I think it could be 2-0. 2-0 Arsenal. I think they should be comfortable enough. They're going to control the game. Let me on stream says, come on you gunner so I can tear you a new one. Go for it, man. Tear me a new one in chat. Rip the shit out of me. I couldn't give a fuck. Cole or Gabriel instead of Trent? Gabriel. 1-0 Arsenal. 1-0 Arsenal. 2-3 or 3-2 Forest. Gabriel bullet header. Shreve says 2-0. Odegaard 1-0. Jonathan says 2-1. Arsenal 2-0. Morning show. Let's get rid of Solanke, says Alex Fernandez. Not for me this week, man. Hello, Choi. Bench Smith Rowe or Rodgers? I would bench Smith Rowe. Does Madison start after the loss against Ipswich? We're a bit thin. Does he start? I don't think so. I think he'd be cracking if he doesn't, actually. Timber hat-trick. Okay, let's move on. Villa Palace. I think this is going to be tighter than we think it is. Villa Palace. I'm going to say 2-1. 2-1 or 1-1. I think it's going to be 2-1. Another cagey game. Chris Palace have looked absolutely wanked this season. Hawk Tua says, hey mate, who's the best Trent replacement? I have Gabriel Lewis, Paro Greaves. Probably 8-0. 2-0 Villa, 2-0 Villa, 3-0. People think that Villa are going to batter Palace. Interesting. 0-0 Boar. Yeah, I can see that. 2-1. What a name, lol. Yeah, absolutely. Digne winner. Hello, Chai. What do you think of Villa? Next 6 out of 9 games are at home for them. Yeah, it's not something I considered. But that's interesting. I think Digne is actually a nice option. He's been a troll for a while in FPL, but I do think there's a case for going for him. Haaland dibbling to Salah and João Pedro. Yes. Kaiji says bench Diaz or Wood. I'll be benching Wood. Okay, next Bournemouth versus Brighton. What are we going with? I'm gonna say 1-1 in this. Bournemouth versus Brighton. That's a good game. Who's gonna score? I'm gonna say. What's my view on getting Diallo? He's not a boy, in my opinion. Unless you really think he's gonna start. Dr. Tottenham helping Man City later. Absolutely, unfortunately. 3-1 Brighton, 6-3 Brighton. Ahmed, if you get that 6-3 Brighton, I will send you something to your house. It'll be a nice little wrapped gift for Christmas. 1-0 says Maliki. 2-1 says Chewy. 2-1. Pedro 1 goal and 1 assist. 2-1 Bournemouth. Webster 2 goals. I wonder, does someone own Webster? Okay. Let's do Everton Brentford. This game has goals, lads. Telling you, low key. I'm gonna 2-1 Everton. While we're on that, let me show my team for anyone that's just after joining. Let me bring back up my team. I think Everton are gonna win. I don't know why. They're fairly cat-like, but I think they're due a win. Again, that's not how it works. It's gambler's fallacy, but. Nil-nil, 2-1, 1-0, 1-0 Everton. Valid. Why is Mbeumo bald? No, he's not bald. His head is just upside down. 2-3 Brentford, or 3-2 Brentford. DCL return. Good morning, Choi, says Red Devil. Good morning, Red Devil. So there's my team. You know what? I'm just gonna stop messing around and just bring in Gabriel. That is just inevitable for me. He's in. Confirm. What else do I want to do though? So Gabriel is in. He's made the cut. What else do we want to do? I don't know if I want to get rid of. I don't want to get rid of Solanke. We'll get back to the predictions in a second, by the way. I like the idea of Isaac, but I'll want Solanke next week, and I know that. Isaac's got Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Brentford. I think here, around here is probably where I'll get Isaac. I think this is a lovely run. But don't get me wrong, West Ham is beautiful this week. So is Crystal Palace, but I think there is a case for holding on to Solanke, and I'm going to stick with that. I think I am going to stick with that. Evan Nielsen, Darwin a good punt. He's a good punt for this week, but I wouldn't want to hold on to him for too long, especially with Jota eventually going to be back. Do you think Maddison starts after that loss with Ipswich? I don't know what to feel with Maddison. He's a big ego in the dressing room. Not that it's a bad thing, but I can imagine he's fairly upset about the last benching versus Ipswich. Okay, so Gabriel is in. This is how the team looks. Do you think I need to do another move? Let's do a poll. Like, I'm more than happy rolling this. I know a lot of people will go straight from a Solanke to an Isaac, or Ederson to a Raya, and I don't have an issue with them. So I'll want Saka. I will want Saka, I know that. I'm blocking myself if I do Raya. Was planning on doing Haaland, Foden and Johnson to Jackson, Salah and Palmer, but since two Spurs centre backs are being out, I'm thinking about going Solanke and Foden to Pedro and Salah. Which one? Yeah, Callum, I also think Haaland could do very, very well versus us. But I do think Jackson, Salah, Palmer is just much better than Haaland, Foden, Johnson for sure. Madison loves a Sunday roast. Yeah, he sure does. Son to Saka for a -4. No way, Danish. Okay, let's go back on Twitter, do a little scroll, see what we're saying. Alright, Spiros' AI team is currently 3.5 million in the world, and it's after doing DCL to João Pedro, which is interesting. Look at that midfield, 4 flags. Interesting team. Sorry, João Pedro or Kuna? That's a tough one. Kuna, because João Pedro is still coming back into form. I would go Kuna. And he's really good for bonus. Contrary to last night's black box and my transfer plans, I've decided a late move to Palmer before I got priced out. Valid. Think if you add Raya, you'll have the best triple, as Saka is too much of a headache. Yeah, it's too much of a headache this week, but I meant to leave the move open for me next week. Alright, should I start João Pedro or Strand Larson? Easily João Pedro. Hey Dylan in chat, says Paul. Hello Paul, how are we keeping? I hope you're well. Great to see all the members in chat. Have Rodgers and Garnacho, like you, Choi. Not sure if Garnacho starts. What are your thoughts? I think Garnacho will start. I'm more than happy to start him as well. Alright, doesn't look like we're going to get too much on the timeline. I'm sure George will keep us posted Let's do another poll. Another poll. It's too early for this, man. It's too early. Alright, what poll will we do? Alright, looking at my team. Roll. Would you roll with my team or would... Okay, so let's do... Get Isaac. Get Rhea. Roll. Keep in mind, so the Rhea move doesn't leave me get Saka in the future unless I get rid of an Arsenal asset. Would you start Semenyo over an Everton attacker? Yes, I think I would. Very well, thanks. Palmer captain this week, says Paul. Yeah, I don't mind that. Could you give me a free hit team, says Aragi. I could, but I would just tell you I'd have Darwin and I'd have Bruno in it. Jackson and Bruno and Gordon and Gabriel, or Haaland and Anderson and Rodgers and Vandenberg. Jackson, Bruno, Gordon and Gabriel. I would go the first set. Hey, Troy, can you bench one of Jimenez, Semenyo, Rodgers, João Pedro? Oh man, that's tough. That's tight. I want to say bench Jimenez. Should I get Jackson / Isaac for Solanke? If it's for free and you've nothing else to do, yeah. 60% says get Isaac. I don't love it, man. I don't love Isaac. As in for Solanke. Again, maybe this week it'll pay off, but I look kind of more for the next few fixtures. Again, I could be wrong. So if I'm on wildcard, is there a cheap defender you like? Thinking Hall or Van Heck? I would go Hall. I'm in a differential. I think it's too early to call him a differential. I don't know if he's going to play. Don't even know if Garnacho is going to play. Miko or Lewis this week? I'm going Miko. But again, if you're playing Lewis, not an issue. I just expect City to concede. That's it. This is interesting. Hi, Shaw. I'm disregarding Salah. Who's the best captain this week? Disregarding Salah. I've never heard that before, but the best one, if you're not going Salah, is Haaland. For sure. What are the chances Diaz starts this week? I want to say hi. What to do with Foden? He's not a boy, but he's a hold. Again, I feel like we're holding on to him every single week, but I think he's not a bad option, and he's just not like, and he will pop up in one of these weeks. It's just which one. How many minutes do you think Palmer will play? He's not in the Conference League team, so he'll probably play 90. I voted roll, 31% roll. Isaac in form is Isaac in form is always going into my team, said fruit plug. Yeah, Isaac in form always picks up an injury though. That's another thing. I can't remember the last time Isaac was fit for a run of games. Havertz or Jackson this week? Probably Jackson, but Havertz at home versus Forest. There's something in it for me. Possibility that Palmer starts out wide if Neto doesn't play, and Felix in the 10, says Charlie. Yeah, I think that's what something Chewy was saying in chat. Sell Rico Lewis and Solanke and Foden, and buy Fernandez, Isaac and Saliba for Rhea, or for I have Rhea and Gabriel third defender. You're tripling up on the Arsenal boys. I don't know about that. Get Wood since Royce won't play. Nah, I'm not with that narrative. Not me personally. Alright. Let's look at another Rob T graphic, will we? Where are we? Let's look at top projected goals. I hope you don't mind me looking at these graphics, by the way. I hope you find them useful. So again, Haaland nearly projected to score 1 goal, which is ridiculous. Salah and Isaac fairly close, 0.8. Of course, you have to account for Salah getting more points for a clean sheet. Always really high in the bonus metrics because he's a midfielder. And also the extra 1 point for a goal. Palmer not bad as well at 0.64. But that's why, like, if you expect Salah's minutes to be anywhere near 80, Salah's the easy captaincy option this week. And who was also on this list? Darwin Núñez. I'm telling you, Darwin Núñez is the one this week. Don't shoot the messenger though. Anyway, that's that graphic. Let's have a look at another one. Clean sheet odds. Projected goal scored 2.65 for Liverpool. Obviously Mo Salah. And you've Haaland, you've Palmer, Isaac, Kai Havertz, Garnacho potentially for United, Rodgers, a lot of people have for Villa, ESR and Jimenez for Fulham, Evan Nilsson and what's his name, Semenyo for Bournemouth. Clean sheet odds. I didn't know Liverpool were so high this week at 42%. Alright, let me end that poll. People want me to get Isaac. I don't think I'm going to be doing it though. Morning, Choi. I have to leave one out, but who? I would be benching João Pedro if I had Foden and Bone. Solanke and Son to Bruno and Isaac. Yeah, I don't mind those moves. I wouldn't be eager to make them though at the same time. I know I keep saying it, but Spurs are a team who are going to always score goals. Let me bring up FPL team real quick. This is important because I like to plan my moves. And if I'm blocked out of Saka, what am I going to do is what I want to know. So we've done Trent out for Gabriel. Alright, what if I roll? If I roll, I have 2 free transfers next week. And I have defense issues, it looks like. Obviously, depends on what happens with Garnacho as well. But again, you're more than happy to start this front three. I think the move is probably bringing in Raya this week. Because that way I can just forget about Ederson forever. And then rotate Lewis with Mikalenko as I see fit. Start Rodgers or Solanke. I'm starting Solanke. I have Colwell, Saka, Mbeumo, Palmer and Wissa on a yellow flag. Can't find much news on any. Yeah, Palmer and Mbeumo should be fine. Wissa, Colwell, Saka, you're right to be a bit more skeptical on. Will Maddison start? I don't think I can answer that because it's hard to say, man. Kulu is going to obviously play. Johnson's going to definitely play. So will Son and Solanke. I don't know if Sarr is badly injured. Of course, now Bentancur with the ban. I don't know what we're going to line up with, I'll be honest. Is Højlund going to start? Again, that's another grey area that no one really knows. I would expect him to start though. When he's fit, he usually does. Anyway, so this will be my team. Alright, let's do interior. Let's do Raya. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that properly. Alright, let's do Raya in this week. So that's us going Sakaless, and that means we have to hold on to Kai Havertz, which could be a bold mistake. It could work out though if it comes out that Saka's actually injured for a while. Double Arsenal versus West Ham. I think the team actually looks fine. I could upgrade a Mikalenko. Potentially bring in someone there. Again, it really depends on Garnacho. And then the next week, game week 14, probably time to get rid of the likes of our Garnacho, to be honest. And bump him up to someone a bit nicer. 8.9 million. A lot to work with there, like. Maybe a Bowen might come into the picture versus Leicester. That'd be quite nice. Okay, let's say in theory we're happy with that. Game week 15. Southampton, Rodgers, easy. Get in my team. Okay, so yeah, no, I think I'm going to do that Raya move. I'm more than happy for it to look like that going forward. Sorry I haven't been getting back to all your questions. Let me see. Charlie says, Palmer travelled and trained for a while. They'll start. Mbeumo will be fine. Wissa should be, but risk of an early sub. I agree with that. Saka, good chance he starts because it's Arteta. Yeah, I agree with everything bar the Saka thing. I don't know. I just have a sneaking suspicion he's not going to be around. I don't know why. Should I take a hit trading Lewis this week? I have Aina, Greaves, Gabriel, Aitonori. Next week's fixtures for Arsenal. A great fixture for Arsenal, Wolves and Forest, and don't love playing Aina or Lewis this week. I don't think Lewis is too bad this week, especially if you expect him to start. But yeah, Ina's not the greatest this week, you're right. But I would start Lewis, I think. What's the reason for starting Solanke over Rogers, Shy? I think there's a goal in this game for Spurs. Or two. A goal or two. Maybe it's just a small bit of optimism. Yeah, that's it. Wishful thinking. What do you think about Trent, Eze out? How do you still have Eze? Hall and Bruno in. I do like that, J-Dog. For sure. Start Rogers or Rule? Rogers. Son to Palmer, Wort at -4. Probably. Probably is. Omara says, hello Dylan, last game week I captained Bruno. Fair play, 17 points all. I changed it to Haaland on deadline day. Now my gut is still thinking Bruno again this week. Any tips? Usually I'm a big manager, I've always go with the gut. But I don't know. Ipswich away and new manager bounce. Ruber Amaram, we don't even know where Bruno's going to play. Maybe some recency bias. Again, it was 2 weeks ago, but I would say maybe assess it and weigh up Salah and Haaland a bit more. As a Spurs fan, do you prefer Kulu or Madison? Day and night, it is Kulu. Kulu he's been our best player this season. Rate my free hit, says FPL Zizo. Bruno Palmer, Gordon. Yeah, I really like that. That's interesting that you're free hitting this week, but yeah, I do like it. Eze has been my 5th mid because I have Haaland. Been using 3 striker, that's why I still have him. That makes sense, yeah. Best 6.8 forward. How much is Kuna? Well, the best 6.8 forward is João Pedro. I asked Bruno and Isaac for Solanke and Son. Would you rather do Wood for Isaac and Bruno for Son? Yes, Wood for Isaac and Bruno for Son is probably better. Again, depends if you really want to hold on to Solanke. I personally think Solanke is a hold. Start 2 on Sabi or Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis. Morning says, Amran Deep. He says, who would you bench out of Solanke, Johnson, and João Pedro? I'll be benching Johnson. Hey Troy, what do you think about Isaac captain? I don't mind it. Again, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just feel like there's way better captains this week. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Would you bench Rogers or Raul? I'll be benching Raul. Alright, let's do another scroll on Twitter. So you would bring in João Pedro ahead of Kuna? Yes. I do think so. Start Hall or Rico Lewis? Hall. Mohamed Salah has been directly involved in the Premier League goals versus has been directly involved in more Premier League goals versus Pep Guardiola's City than Youngman's son. Only Mo Salah. The South Korean will be looking to move into double figures. So this is why this here, right here, is why I speak about maybe holding on to Solanke and a son. I don't know what it is about Spurs. It's so weird. I can't explain it to anyone. And you know what would be so typical? To lose to Ipswich and beat City again. Like, that would be the most Spurs thing ever. And like, I'm there for it. I will be there for it. Again, it is a later kickoff today, 5:30. I don't know how I feel about that. Is it 5:30 or 4:30? I think it's 5:30. 5:30, yeah. But yeah, this is interesting. And that's why I feel like Son's best part of the season is yet to come. I think with that injury, he's still getting back up to speed. Another good goal for Korea. He'll be looking to get on the score sheet. It'll be a goal fest. Just hope Haaland bags. Not for me, I hope he don't. Treble says, I'm play Davis and Aït-Nouri over Robinson. Am I mad? No, I wouldn't say you're mad. Not at all. What would you do on wildcard? I would have no Haaland on wildcard. And I would have Salah, Palmer. And a placeholder for Saka if you don't think he's going to start. Meaning you could just bring him in next week. Hey Choi says, Mo8, he says, what do you think of Cash instead of Digne? No way I'd be going Cash. That man has caused too many headaches in the last year-ish. Well, Mochara, hope you're well. I'm now 6th in your league and 5k overall. That's interesting that you're 6th and at 5k overall. I would be thinking you're near the top, like as in 1, 2 or 3. There must be some good competition. Sorry, let me go back to your question. Stop letting people know, or stop leaving new people into your league. Let me go to my league real quick. Let's see what the competition is saying. How many people are even in my league? FPL Choi YouTube. You are 5th. Michael, is this you? Let's take a look at Michael's team real quick. 70 points last week, no wonder. Beautiful. What is the gap between you and 1st? By the way, there is a prize going for my mini league. 40 points almost between 1st and 5th. Good going. Shout out Thomas if you're in here. Absolutely killing it. I wonder what rank he's at. Interesting. Anyway, let me get back to my team. Keltish says, I'm in it. Keltish, where are you at? How many points? Gary, who is always in here, says, I went Brennan Johnson to Fernandez. A bit hesitant on Johnson. Is in good form, but I'm banking on the new manager bounce. Valid. I think Bruno out of the bunch is your best bet, of course. I don't mind that move at all. Colwell or Hall? I think it's either. For me, I'd be going Colwell if I think he's going to start. Bro, start Son or Raul? How is that even a question, man? It's Son all day. Unless I'm tripping. Wesley says, love the content. I want to take a -8 for Trent, Slanky, and Harry Winks out for Aït-Nouri, Bruno, and Jackson. What do you think? I just think Aït-Nouri, Bruno, and Jackson are a small bit flaky. Maybe that's wrong. Like, maybe that's wrong to say, but you know, with the likes of Trent and Solanke, I feel like these are consistent assets. Aït-Nouri, Bruno, Jackson. Okay, Bruno fair, maybe a bit more consistent, but with the new manager bounce, I don't know how to feel about it. I think right now, those moves are good. I'm trying to look from a in 2 or 3 weeks perspective. I think in 2 or 3 weeks time, like, if Trent is back fit and Solanke is also back fit, you'll want these guys back, and for a -8, it is a lot. So, can't give you a dead honest answer, Wesley, a yes or no, but that's some of my thoughts and maybe food for thought. Tyler says, yo, Choi, is Madueke a good transfer in for Bone as a differential pick? Bone's fixture set is good in game week 14. Yeah, I do really like Bone. He's one I spoke about quite a bit. I think with Julian Lopetegui, though, still in charge, I don't know how to feel. But if they do get a new manager, he'll also get a good manager bounce, hopefully. He's their captain, and I don't mind that. Oh, you're talking about bringing in Madueke for Bone. To be honest, I would hold on to Bone. I'm not going to lie. Your league code says Omwara. How do I find my league code? I don't know. If you click onto one of my older videos, sorry I don't have it handy, but you will find it. Easy enough. Is Digne a good replacement for the injured Mickey van de Ven? Yes, he is. Or would you take... No, I would go Digne, I think. A bit of change. Garnacho or Rogers? I'm starting Garnacho. I think he starts. Ipswich will go out thinking they can beat United after beating Spurs. So I do think there's goals in this game for United. Dylan Mason says, I've gone Wood and Trent out. Isaac and Hall in. What are your thoughts? Beautiful. Not an issue with those moves at all. Mbeumo plus Isaac or Bruno plus Jackson? Now that's tough. I think I prefer Mbeumo and Isaac. Penalties versus just Bruno with the penalties. Best Trent replacement, Gabriel. Top man choice is Tyler. No worries, man. Do you think Solanke and Johnson and Son, how do you have triple Spurs attack, you poor fucker? To João Pedro, Salah and Semenyo, is it worth a -4? In that case, I'll have Salah and Haaland. Yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable going into the City game with triple Spurs. That's the first thing. Whether or not you have to do all 3 of those moves, I don't know. You can move on Solanke to a João Pedro and still bring in Semenyo for Johnson and not have to take a hit. How do you do this to yourself? Garnacho to Bruno for a -4? No. Not for me. Captain Isaac over Salah? Nah. Captain Bruno? Maybe. If you've not got Salah or Haaland, yeah. Take a hit for Son this game week. He will play the whole match. I would say so. He should play the whole match. Lol Nichols says Mavididi and McNeil out for Ahmed and Palmer, and keep Wood for Ipswich at home next week. Mavididi and McNeil out. Two interesting moves for Ahmed and Palmer. Yes, I would do that move in a heartbeat. Travel Guar says, can I have your opinion on my wildcard? You sure can. Hold on, I'm just reading through it. Isaac, Kuna, João Pedro. I would have that front three for sure. I like it. What would I change? Not a whole lot. I mean, not that that's template. I probably would try go to someone a bit more less relevant right now. I feel like a lot of the players you have there are template, but that's fine. Like I said. Bench 1, Shai Rogers, Jimenez, Solanke, Kuna. Bench 1. Jimenez. I keep saying Jimenez, and I don't know why I keep saying that, because Wolves are absolutely useless. But I think Kuna is so good for bonus points. Rogers is expected to do quite well this week. Well, Villa in general. Trust in Foden. Yeah, I'll be trusting in Foden. A lot of talk about Isaac, says Roger McSweeney, but I prefer Jackson. I don't know. I think Isaac due to penalties is my pick of the bunch. Again, he's a bit more expensive. How long do we have until the deadline? 35 minutes. I hope everyone is well, by the way. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Apologies for no team selection, by the way, but I left it for the deadline stream. Gabriel -4 for Mikalenko this week. Got no Arsenal defense. -4? Nah, not worth. How many hits have you taken this season? I think I've taken 0. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I've taken 0. Unless I'm tweaking. Help a runner out on that call. Yeah, no, I wouldn't take a hit. Not worth. Bench 1 of Mbuemo, Saka, Rogers, Isaac, Welbeck, and Raul. You just start Saka and have Raul the first bench, I would say. Is Odegaard a differential? He's definitely different, but for good reason, I think. For that price, I would expect a bit more. He's just back from injury as well. Probably play a bit deeper. You know what the thing is for Arsenal, and I don't think this is talked about much. The reason why Odegaard is so big for Arsenal is the control that they get in the game. And that's really good for the defensive options like Raya and Gabriel. Indirectly, although he'll pick up the ball from deep and he'll just he'll help Arsenal with possession. Sorry. Should I do Haaland and Solanke, Foden, Kulusevski, and Van de Ven out for Kuna, Salah, Saka, Isaac, and Hall? How many transfers do you have, man? Liam, how do you have so many transfers? FPL Discomfort says keep talking. Yeah, you know what I mean, Kieran. I think you get what I mean. Am I spitting facts? It's not something that's talked about though. Odegaard is massive for Arsenal. I would say he's arguably your most important player. Liam says, what's up, Choi? Just got in. Welcome, Liam. Good to see you, man. As usual. You never miss. Sergio, Pedro, or Semenyo? Okay, let's do a poll. This is interesting. Who is Arsenal's most important player? For me, it's Odegaard. You love us, it's fine. Shut up, man. Shut up. I'm gonna put Royce in there. Is that fair? I feel like Royce is vital. Realistically, it is between Odegaard and Saka, but let's put Royce. Okay, Royce is there. If you think it's Gabriel or Saliba, let me know. But a lot of people will, by default, choose Saka, which is valid. But I think Saka's the guy that will come up with the goals and assists. Odegaard mightn't do that, but what he does for the team is just, it's not spoken about, I suppose. Meaning in football terms or not FPL? Yeah, no, for Arsenal. Who's more important for Arsenal? Interesting, it's tight. Let's see how that goes. Choi, can you rate my team? I replied to your post. Sure. You asked nicely. You asked very nicely. What are your thoughts? Watching the stream right now. Pedro Porro, haven't seen him in a while. Odegaard as well. I think I'll be trying to fit in Semenyo. Again, if you think he's fit. I think I would try play Semenyo over Strand Larson. But other than that, it looks perfectly fine. Thank you for sending it in. What's this poll saying? George, what do you think about this? George is my moderator, by the way. All of them. Son to Saka or Lewis to Konate for a -4. I won't be doing Son. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to something I seen on my time. FPL Tony, you better be live, my man. And ready to tweet. Let me see, actually. This is interesting. Luke would have predicted... Have Lewis versus Mikalenko decision make. Lewis likely to start. Not sure, to be honest. Okay. I don't think I'll be starting Lewis. Only because I'm sure of Mikalenko's minutes. Vote in that poll, by the way. I'm curious to see what you Gunners think. Kieran, what did you say? Kieran, where are you? Do you think Focal would have won the FCAs if he'd never met and housed you? That's a good question, Kieran. I do take a lot of credibility for staying in his mum's house. And I'm sure that was a large reason to why he won that award. Nah, but completely deserved for Oscar. I was absolutely delighted. I texted him straight away. I was like, because I know him, like, no one deserved that award more. Like, his content is just so, so good, man. It's just so good and consistent. Please, my brother, who to bench? João Pedro, Hall, or Mikalenko? We're benching Mikalenko in that situation. Odegaard is Arsenal's best player and possibly the only one I would have at City. Interesting. I don't agree with that, as in I would have Saka easily in that City team. Easily. Are you on Blue Sky? I'm not, unfortunately, not yet. Lewis or Collins? That's a tough one, but Lewis. I don't think either of them will keep a clean sheet. Sell Foden or Kulusevski? You know what? I would just hold on to both of them. It's annoying. They're players that are just holes. I don't think they're necessarily sells. They've just been disappointed in recent weeks. But Kulusevski's been playing well, and if you expect Foden to get good minutes, I mean, not an issue. For me, anyway. FPL NX says I have 4 free transfers: Haaland and Dibbling to Salah and João Pedro. Is it overkill to do Wood to Kuna too? I'll probably hold on to Wood for next week, but those first 2 moves are good. Who would you sell Trent for? Keelan, I just sold him for Gabriel. Bench Slanky or Rodgers? I'm benching Rodgers. Palmer, Hall incoming. Buy Watkins, Digne, Saka for Haaland, Mikalenko, Dibbling. Villa next 6 out of 9 home. Yeah, love it. Digne looks good. 53% on Saka. 44 Odegaard. It's interesting. If I had put Saka first on the poll, he'd be easily 65%, I want to say. Pedro or Semenyo? Pedro. Actually Semenyo. I don't know if Pedro's going to definitely start. You think Bruno's good long term? Yes. Don't have Palmer, says Gary. So hoping the early kickoff suspicions are true. Yeah, you know the Gandhi effect. Bench Saka or Rodgers? I would start Saka, hoping that he doesn't come on if he's not going to play. He either plays or he doesn't, though, for me. Foden to Saka after the leak. He starts for me, mate. What is the leak? Fill me in. Have we got something concrete? Let's see. Let's refresh the timeline real quick. See if we got any meat. By the way, hope all is well. Great to be back. 27 minutes until the deadline. Get to see my own team play today as well, unfortunately. What a day. I don't think we've got anything solid. Let me know otherwise. I feel like it's 1 degrees. Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer. Okay. Are we making this Raya move then? I think I am. Champions collide, says Morning Shy. Take a -4 for Edison to Raya, or a -4 to Watkins to Isaac, or leave it be. For a -4 man, I would leave it be. I don't think it's worth it. Unless you really think Raya has a good chance of a clean sheet this week, which I do. Because it will set you up better for next week. You don't want Ederson next week versus Liverpool, realistically, do you? I think the Raya one does probably stand out for me more so than the Watkins one. Watkins could easily return this week. Never, never, ever go against Gandhi. Correct. FPL mate said he's a reliable source. Message him that he starts. Says Logan. Okay, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to FPL mate. We're going to spy on him. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted. It is what it is. Game's a game. This is the best way to do it, isn't it?
I prefer Wissa to a Burbo. I think I prefer Wissa. But anyway, for this week only, might I add. And possibly for next week. But after that, I'm not so sure. Hi Dan, Kirkes plays. I think he should.
I don't think he said that. I feel like he'd have a, like he would have tweeted about it. And he yeah, no. Anyway, okay, let me do my transfers. I think I'm just set on Raya. Only because I don't want Ederson. I'm sick of owning Ederson, man. It's time to go. And I'm happy to hold on to Kai Havertz for the foreseeable. Get me involved, Raya. Double Arsenal fence, we're back. Okay. Solid moves. Now the only other thing is, do I want to start Lewis or Rodgers? I think I'm happy with the way it is. I'm more than happy with the way it is. Here's my team for game week 12. We won't be making any other moves. Again, Odegaard adds a bit more control, so I don't mind bringing and having double Arsenal fence even without Rice. Gandhi will bless Palmer this week. Thanks, Shy. Lewis to Colwell, or just start Lewis for a -4. I would start Lewis. Do you think Garnacho will start, Shy? Why are people spelling my second name OI? Interesting. Amron said in a conference that he will use them in a fullback in a 3-4-3. I don't know. I just think the fixture has goals in it, so I don't know what system he's going to play. But I do expect him to start. Double Arsenal offense has killed me for 3 weeks. Yeah, again, like I said, it's easy to be put off by them from the easier fixtures, but you just feel like with these fixtures coming, Forest, West Ham, and I compare them to like the likes of City's. I suppose you could go with Liverpool, but again, they have City next week, so Arsenal definitely are more appealing. You can just forget about them as well. Solanke to Havertz, Van de Ven to Anderson. I don't love Solanke to Havertz, I'm not going to lie. Is Palmer starting? I would be surprised if he's not. Haaland for Wissa or Kuna. Wait, what? Why are we getting rid of Haaland for Wissa or Kuna? What is coming out of my mouth? Fucking hell. No, I assume you're going to get Palmer or Salah. If I had to choose, probably for Kuna. I believe Saka will play. I don't know if I agree with this. Again, like, it's a very skeptical. Let me close that poll, by the way. The Arsenal one. Need to get these gunners off my screen. Sorry, brother. Watching UFC and a guy named Choi. Yeah, Doho Choi. I know him, James. I used to be a fan. Don't worry. Doho Choi. What a fighter. Been a while though. He's fairly washed. Would you captain Haaland over Salah and Palmer, Mr. Choi? I don't mind the captaincy on Haaland, I'll be honest. I think it's much better than people are making it out to be. I know I keep saying it, but I do actually fancy Haaland. Start Porro or Lewis? I would just start Porro, man. And just pray. Only because you're guaranteed to start with Porro. Unless he's somehow injured and I don't know about it. Any Chelsea leaks? Not that I know of. FPL mate said the Saka leak around 50-minute mark of the stream. And he said why he tweeted Saka with the eyes emoji. I appreciate you, Logan. Thank you for letting us know. Okay, interesting. Hello, should I sell wood or Kuna? Sell wood for Kuna? Yes, but that's a luxury move in my eyes. Like, I assume you have nothing else to do if you're doing that. Start Flecken or Verbergen? Flecken for the save points. Maybe I shouldn't be benching, or maybe I should bench Garnacho. I just feel like it's a risk worth taking. Like Garnacho versus Ipswich, if he starts, the ceiling is fairly high. Then again though, like the shorty of minutes is probably better. I don't know, man. Alright, let's do a poll. That's the easiest way to do it. Start or bench? Spurs fans, I'm always intrigued when I see Spurs fans. Hold on, where is this? Oh no, never mind. I'm sorry for asking Spurs fans for captaining the robot. I just realized it now. I think captaining the robot is so fair. I set up a focus mode on my phone, so then I have all of my FPL apps on the page. That is deadly. I love that. Semenyo or Welbeck? Semenyo. Bench Kuna? No. HI. Semenyo to Bruno and Solanke to Isaac for -4. Yes. HI. Start Kuna or Mikalenko, and Mikalenko, or start Solanke and Lewis. Can I start Solanke and Mikalenko? Good to see Eddie Casey in chat. Am I too optimistic about Villa this week? They don't have Konsa, Onana and Kamara. Yeah, I think from a defensive point of view, maybe a small bit. Didn't know Choi was a Luke Littler fanboy. I don't know where that comes from, but maybe. Start 2 of Colwell, Lewis, 8 Nori. Sound. I would start Colwell and 8 Nori. Start Hall or 8 Nori. 8 Nori. Start Saka or McNeil. Saka. Bench Rodgers, Wissa or Raul. I would be benching. It's so hard, man. Wissa or Raul is a tough one. I think I'd be benching Raul though. Do you mind Salah's minutes, Troy? They will face Madrid and City after a Southampton game. I want to say he gets 75 minimum regardless, so not too worried. And in 75 minutes versus Southampton, man, we could see anything. We could see 0-0. We could see 5-0. And that ceiling is enough for me to put the armband on him. Also, Garnacho's good off the bench, and Rodgers might get an early sub. Again, I'm just making the narrative for my own. Fam says, bro, play Mikalenko or 8 Nori. 8 Nori. I'm a Spurs fan and I'm captain Haaland. Yeah, if I had Haaland, I'd be captain Haaland. You know that. I'm going to be honest. If I had Haaland, I would captain him. 4 free transfers used. Solanke to Pedro, Garnacho to Salah, Trent to Kirkez, Guardiola to Totti. That is so interesting. What in the is going on here, like? Why Choi? Why not coffee? You can't choose your second name. Sometimes in the life you can't choose the second name. It is what it is. I love coffee though, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Okay, we're locked in. I'm locked in. 16 minutes, get your questions in. I'm here to answer everything. Ask me anything. Doesn't have to be FPL related. Is Lewis bench, says Blob? I don't know. Hello, Choi. Would you sell Son for Salah? Yes, this week I think so. If you can do it in one. Singapore Bola. Rogers or João Pedro? To start this week, Rogers. It's tough, man. I think you have to start Rogers. Again, saying that, I'm benching him, but if it's versus João Pedro. Keep Guardiola or sell for Gabriel? Keep... Oh. For the... See, Guardiola just plays so advanced. I wouldn't be prioritizing selling Guardiola, I don't think. Bro, would it sell? No, he's a good fixture next week. Christian says, how much do I have to donate for you to captain Palmer? I think if you donated me 50 quid, I would put the armband on Palmer. I think he's a good option, it's just 50 quid is fair. Play Lewis or Anderson? Lewis. Palmer or Salah? I'm on Salah. When opening YouTube, I was hope you were live, son. Where was the YouTube video? So yeah, I spoke about this. Apologies, Daniel. I know you're probably waiting for a YouTube video. I was fairly busy with college this week and other stuff, and I was gonna upload late last night, but I thought it would be, or I would be better off waiting. FPL NX says, what if 50 people gave 1 quid? If 25 different people gave me 1 quid right now, I'd captain Palmer. Because that would show dedication from the viewers. Choi, what do I do? Bench Mbeumo or Kuna? I'll be benching Kuna. Last one for me, mate, says Harry. Bench 1, Kuna, Wissa or Semenyo? I would bench Wissa. Home game for Semenyo. Kuna, too good for bonus points. Bro, get Isaac. I told you captain Kuna last live, but you said no. Opal, I can't keep doing what you tell me to do, because then I have to listen to everyone. And if I listen to everyone, then... I mean, I can't do that. Sometimes I have to do what I think, unfortunately. And what I think is not always right, but it's fine. Busy with the new lady, says Roger McSweeney. Maybe. HI, Semenyo to Bruno, and Solanke to Isaac for a -4. No problem, Tashi. Semenyo to Bruno, Solanke to Isaac for a -4. Those two moves are better because the two guys have penalties. So yeah, actually. 2 great moves. But then it's like, why am I not doing those moves? FPL Pickle in chat, good to see you. Best of luck. Also, I think you're doing a bit better than me this season, but we won't speak about that. Isaac for Solanke or Isaac for Evan Nielsen? Isaac for Evan Nielsen if you can do it. When you plan on getting rid of Solanke? I'm not. I think he's a hold. Roll or McNeil to Semenyo? I would roll. Best defender for 4.6 and under. Colwell. Already have 8 in Orient Hall. Unsure whether to double up on the Chelsea boys with Colwell. Yeah, I wouldn't be doubling up on Chelsea. I think that's a bit far-fetched. 4.6 and below defender. Ooh. Maybe Hall. I swear if Saka doesn't start, yeah, Saka gate is well and truly out this week. Come on, you Spurs, says Derek O'Reilly. Come on, you Spurs. Sell Son for Salah? Yes. Again, I don't think Son is a priority sell, but for Salah this week, if you're captaining him, yes. Hi, Choi, I have 2 injuries on my bench. Do I need a free transfer on the bench? No. Should I bring in João Pedro for Raul? No. Not yet. Well, unless you have nothing else to do. Hello, Choi, my bench is Verbergen, Pedro, Nori, and Lewis. That's a very good bench. I'm thinking about bench boosts, and what do you think? I don't love it. Again, you could just get it out of the way. I know a lot of people like to do that, but you could bench boost. I just wouldn't be expecting the most. Is holding Solanke crazy or just Spurs boys? Probably a bit of both. I'm a bit crazy for starting him over Rodgers. I think you're right there. Is it Spurs boys? I don't think so. Again, I'm always of the opinion the Spurs' strikers are always going to get chances. Let me close this Garnacho poll, by the way. What is the poll on? 63% say start. I wonder how many United fans click that start button. Sell Foden for Saka, Choi. I don't love it. Hi, Choi, I have a question. Flecken, or should I start Raya instead? Or should I take Raya instead? Raya all day. Would you triple captain Salah? No. Slanky voice captain. Good observation. Let me change that real quick. There you go. Thank you for pointing that out. Thoughts on Watkins? Good, but I would prefer Isaac. Let's see what the comments on this are saying. It's too cryptic for me. Hi, Chai. Bench 1, please. Semenyo, Rogers, Kuna. Bench Rogers. Sam Weller says, do you think Fernandez is a good pick or too uncertain? And do you rate Hall? Fernandez is a great pick. I really like Fernandez. I always like Fernandez, even when he was doing poorly. What do I think of Hall? Good for the price. What do you think about double attacks, Palmer and Jackson? I think Palmer's enough for me. Hey Chai, start Timber or Hall? Timber, easily. I finally sold DCL. New watch him Hall versus the Bees. Yeah, I won't be surprised, to be honest. I just won't be surprised at all. Let's go fixture. 200 people in here. Welcome to the stream, anyone that's just joined us. Here's the team. I quite like it. Again, I've Rogers and Lewis on the bench. A lot of people would disagree with that, especially when I've got City for Solanke and Ipswich for Garnacho, but I think I'm feeling a bit risky. First game after the international break as well. We could get a bit lucky. Martinez, Milenkovic and Kilman. Which two would you play? I would just spread. I would spread and I'd go Martinez and Kilman, I think. I did Haaland and Isaac to Foden. Haaland to Isaac and Foden to Salah. Great moves, okay. And a -4 to bring in Bruno. Got to sell either Rogers or Semenyo. Yeah, I would sell Semenyo in that case. I think those are solid moves. Hope says Palmer or Jackson. Palmer. What? Starting 4 defenders for Arsenal when they have 3 players all fit. Yes. I don't know what you're asking, but yes. Can't wait Flecken versus DCL. Yeah, it's never ideal, is it? I want to jump the gun and move Raul to João Pedro this week. Go for it. That might be what brings you by going a bit early. It might bring you an extra step forward. Nick 0 with 7 months with a cup of chai. Nick, I can't believe you've been around for 7 months. I mean, I think you're my most dedicated member. By the way, for anyone that doesn't know, we do memberships on this channel. Again, it's not like I have some secret information that I'll be giving out. But if you want to support me, or you like the content I provide, I have a group chat and all the guys in the members chat. I think there's about 10 or 12 of us now. But we chat in there. I'm trying to make it more consistent. So if you want to support the channel, be sure to join up and send me your number. Thanks for the voice, says Lico. No problem, my man. No problem. Would you bench Mbeumo or Garnacho? Not sure Garnacho will be starting. If it's between Mbeumo or Garnacho, I'm benching Garnacho all day. Keep Haaland or sell Salah? Liam, that's a tough one. I would just be happy to hold on to Haaland in that situation, I think. Unless you really think Salah's going to do the business. How long are you planning to hold Kuna? That's a good question. I see no reason not to hold him until around game week 18. He looks good, like, and he's just so good. Chai already cook? Absolutely. Starting Mbeumo or Son? Ooh, Sean Dunphy, I don't like that. Who are you starting instead of them, though? There has to be another attacker that you're starting ahead of these. Start for Bergen and Johnson or Flecken and Semenyo. I would start Flecken and Semenyo. How should I bench Strand Larson, Rogers or Semenyo? I would bench Strand Larson all day. Solanke and Mbeumo and Wissa, who to bench? By the way, Nick, did you ask me a question on that membership? Troy, let's create a chat for members. What do you say? Nick, I have a chat for members. Are you not in it? Send me your number if you're not in it. I swear to God, Nick, you're in that, no? Ahmed with 10 EGP. What is EGP? I appreciate it. Don't be sending me money though, I'm telling you. Become a member and you can come join the chat. EGP, Egyptian pound equals. Thank you. I appreciate you. I like the way you've attached absolutely no message. Just like, here's 10 EGP. Thank you. Trent to Connor Bradley. No. Not a bad pun, but... Hutch, I love the music. What's your playlist? It's just a no copyright chill playlist I have. I'm just a chill guy today. That meme is everywhere, man. 16p says J-Dog. We'll take what we can get, man. We'll take what we can get. HI, who to bench? Wood, Rogers, or Pedro? Or Semenyo? I'll be benching Wood. 1 second. Troy, do you listen to Ian? Who's Ian? Sell Rogers or Semenyo? I would... Oh, that's tough. Sell Rogers or Semenyo? Neither, to be honest. They're both decent. If I had to choose. Probably Semenyo because of the price, I want to say. Do you think Gakpo will start? No, I don't think so. João Pedro or Evan Nielsen long term? João Pedro. Colwell or Aitonori? Aitonori for this week. Oh, that is tough. I'm going to regret saying that. Is Solanke to Isaac a good transfer? Yes, again, if you've nothing else to do though. Play Semenyo or Mbeumo? Mbeumo. Okay, let me do a little scroll on Twitter to make sure we don't miss anything. Choi, Digne or Lewis? Hall. I would say Digne. I have Jimenez, João Pedro, Semenyo and Rogers. Yeah, I think I would bench Jimenez. Sell Son for Saka? No. Cheese and onion or salt and vinegar? Great question. That's what we're polling. Should I triple captain Salah? No, you shouldn't. Play Rogers over Solanke? I'm not. Choi, should I triple cap? No, you shouldn't. Should I do -4 Solanke to Isaac? No. Sell Trent for Konate or Colwell? Either, they're both good. Justin McNeil to Saka for -4. Praying it works. Yeah, best luck. Let me post my team actually before I forget. So bad for posting the team. Um, 50-50. Okay, I'm listening. Focal brought in Saka. Okay, that is enough for me. Oscar brought in Saka. That means Saka is probably going to play. He has a fairly good network as well. Salt and cheese. The FPL cartel know he starts. Let's fucking go. Okay, so lads, Saka looks like he's going to be starting. And if I had Son, I'd still hold on to Son, I'll be honest. Try how much do you have in the bank? 2.6. That's what I'm going to do. Make a post. Before I make a post, actually, I'm going to wait for the deadline to run out. That way, you don't have to see me do this, and we can talk about and answer more questions. Solanke, Wissa, and Mbeumo. Who to bench? Wissa. Semenyo to Bruno and Solanke to Isaac for -4. Semenyo to Bruno. Solanke to Isaac for -4. Yes. 2 penalty takers. 53% on salt and vinegar. I'm a salt and vinegar type guy. 209 people in chat. Welcome to the stream for anyone that's just joined us. Bench 1, Semenyo or Rogers? It's tough. That's a flip of a coin. Cheese and onion and a bit of gold stuff from Kerry between you know what. Fuck's sake. Captain Palmer and thank me later, says Sazin. Not for me. Not for me this week, man. Larson or Wissa? Wissa. Wissa, Raul, Kuna, who to bench? Raul. Yeah, so we got 1 minute until the deadline. Get your team locked in. Make sure you refresh that page. Looks like I am starting Garnacho and Solanke, which is interesting. Not optimal by any means, but it's what I'm feeling. And I'm a little freak, and I don't do what's optimal apparently, which is fine. So many yellow flags this week. Yeah, a lot of them not to worry about though. Come on, try Captain Palmer. No need. Larson, Lewis, or Kulu. Who to bench? I'll be benching Larson. By the way, you look similar to Shin Tae-young, an Indonesian national team coach. Shin Tae-young. Shin Tae-young. Let's see if you're being blatantly racist or you're right. Now, me personally, I don't agree. I see an Asian man, and I don't agree that he looks like me. Now, chat, unless I'm tweaking, let's do a poll. Let's not poll that. Yeah, actually, let's definitely not poll that. Do I look like Shin Tae-young? Just put it in chat. I disagree. Okay. That's the deadline, and that's my team locked in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Blatant racism, says NX. I agree. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Sorry there wasn't a video this week. I'll be back next week with a video for sure. He looks 40 years older than me, because he probably is. Adam702 says he low-key does. Hold on, wait a minute. Maybe we do need to poll this. Best of luck, Kobe. By the way, if you are leaving the stream, be sure to hit that like button. Bloody racist says Bloodin. W Stream says Con. That's horrible making Choi as an Indonesian. He's half Malaysian. It is what it is. It is what it is. It could be worse. It could have been Matoma, you know what I mean? Racist guy, not a chill guy. What a way to end the stream. I hope you enjoyed it, lads. I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm not going to stick around too long. I'm going to make some food. I'm starving. Again, I hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button before you go. And I will see you in the next.